The urgency to act on climate change has never been greater. So one of today's biggest questions is what we can and should be doing about it. Despite everything we've learned about the perils of climate change over the past 30 years or so, planet warming emissions continue to rise. The good news is that options to lower those emissions are now more accessible than ever. Here's one example. Switching to renewable energy, mostly wind and solar, is the single biggest thing the world could do to cut greenhouse gas emissions. And wind and solar power have gotten a lot less expensive over the last decade or so. Wind energy has dropped in cost by more than half. And solar prices have come down more than 80%, which means if you want to put solar panels on your roof or advocate for renewable energy to be a bigger mix of your community's electricity sources, it's a lot more affordable to do that. The other bucket, if you will, of climate solutions is something we already know how to do: stopping deforestation and restoring natural ecosystems like forests and mangroves. Finally, improving energy efficiency in buildings, in vehicles, in transportation and industry. Every aspect of life has big potential to cut down on the energy we use in the first place and often save us money. These are just some of the topics that we'll be covering in a series of videos we are calling The Big Fix. Once a month, we'll tell you about how communities and individuals, governments and businesses are tackling the climate crisis and adapting to the impacts of climate change that are already being felt.